right, babes, today we've got a power couple in the house, Deonna Purrazzo and Steve Maclin. Two people who live and breathe wrestling, but bring very different energies to the room. She's a former cheer captain turned in-ring badass. He's a Marine-turned-wrestler who proposed after a plate of chicken cutlets and Captain America. We're talking love stories, body slams, producing the next generation, and why Deonna is the real rock behind it all. Let's get into it. I do want to start with, I'll ask you both separate questions stuff, but I do want to find out how you guys met and how you guys got together. I want to know everything. I love a good romance story, so tell me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah, right now. No, actually, tell me tomorrow. No, right now.
I will say when we first met was, 2014 when I just got to the PC and you were an extra behind this, or at NXT.
Yeah.
At Full Sail.
Maybe a little bit later than that.
Was that 2015 time frame?
Yeah.
And she was just an extra. We met and we knew we were from the same area and we knew similar people like Eddie Orengo, Danilo, just a bunch of different people that came up in the Northeast. And then randomly QT Marshall handed me her coat and he said, hey, she left this in one of the vehicles of Sean Bennett. He's like, can you give this back to her the next time she's here? And it was a pea coat. And I was like, there's no way I'm ever going to see this girl again. She's an extra. So I ended up throwing it out.
No!
Yes.
Oh, you bastard.
Ended up throwing it out. And then lo and behold, you came to the PC in what, 2018?
I started in July 2018.
Yeah.
And I don't think we spoke until I have this habit of when I was watching Sons of Anarchy and then I became obsessed of I need to know everything about motorcycle clubs, right? And so
you would look like you'd be in Sons of Anarchy, right? Yeah.
So I post this quote from a book I was reading and it was in the the opening, one of the first pages of the book. And he commented on my Instagram story of it, oh my gosh, that's mine and Blake's gimmick. And I was like, well, I guess you got a promo for promo class.
Yeah.
And that was kind of
how it started.
Then we would just DM back and forth and eventually he worked up the courage to ask me. His mom worked in a hospital in Jersey with someone my mom went to high school with. That was her high school best friend. Yeah. So he was like, my mom was wondering if you know so-and-so because they went to high school together and now my mom and her work together. And I was like, I have no idea, but I can ask my mom.
Yeah.
And then we never stopped talking.
Oh, wait, so then what happened? You guys never stopped talking and then...
We just ended up getting together.
Yeah.
He asked me over one night to watch some Captain America.
That was the first
dog shot collars were involved?
No dog shot.
Chicken cutlets were involved. I made dinner.
Chicken cutlets. Yeah, it was chicken cutlets, mac and cheese, and broccoli you made.
Yeah.
Which was great.
And we watched a movie and was just literally sat on the couch like this, and then I don't know, we hung out, we kissed, and
oh my god, rest is history. Okay. So let's talk about the proposal. I know I'm pushy when it comes to romance because I love this kind of shit. Okay. But okay, so how did the proposal come about?
This was my favorite day because she did not see it coming.
Oh, blindsided completely.
So it was very hard to kind of get together with my cousins because we're like, all right, let's take a trip up to South Carolina and Bluffton where we ended up getting married, which is kind of funny how that all worked out. But we go up there and I'm trying to plan this weekend. I hit up Chelsea. I'm like, hey, I'm trying to do this. Tell her to maybe pack this or maybe bring this. And Chelsea helped me kind of figure out the ring thing as well too.
Wait, we talk about Chelsea Green?
Yes.
Chelsea Green,
okay,
yes.
Yeah.
No, Chelsea and I work out together at least once a week and always have for the last 5 years. And we went to an F45 class in Baldwin Park. And she was like, maybe we should just pop in and get your finger sized. And I was like, for what? Okay. Just so over my head. So we go in and we look at some rings and I was just like, oh, that's cute. She's taking pictures. I have no idea. And then we left. I just never even put two and two together. Yeah. So then the week he proposed, she had said to me at the gym, I need to go get my nails done. I really don't want to go. I don't want to get my nails done. And I was like, bitch, just go.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, she was asking me come with me. I don't want to go alone.
Get your goddamn nails done.
And I was like, girl, just go get them. I'm not a nail person. They're done right now because my niece forced me to take her.
Oh.
But I didn't get my nails done or anything.
So I brought you nails. I got her nails for one because I knew if we would do her photos, she's going to want her nails done.
Stick-on ones?
Yeah. Just because I know she would want her nails done.
So sweet.
So then here we are on one of the parks by the pier, and my cousins were like, oh, let's take some photos. Let's get photos. Let's go over here, get a photo by the water. And she's like, we don't want a photo. I'm like, babe, let's just go take a photo.
It was not a picture day because I also was exhausted. We were up early in the morning. I'm not a morning person with our niece and nephew. We went to lunch. We did a whole bunch of things. And I was like, I just need 20 minutes of silence. Like, kids have been in my ears all day. I was up at 7 a.m. I'm exhausted. I don't want to put makeup on. I don't know what to wear. Like, it was just not a picture day. I was not happy all day. And so they're like, let's take pictures. And so I'm like, fucking fine, okay. So we're standing next to each other, and he's like, I don't even know the first thing you asked me, but he, throughout our whole relationship, had always been like, hey, have I told you I loved you today? And I always just like pull his leg, and I'm like, no, you don't, you hate me. Yes. And so I don't remember what you said.
I asked you, well, have I asked you to marry me?
Yes, yeah. And I was like, you're not doing that, right?
And then I get down on a knee and she goes, I hate you, in front of everyone. And I'm just like, wow, this is going exactly how I...
Yes.
Yes.
Wow, this is so magical.
Not right now. No, I hate you.
Oh my God.
And then made it even better was like people in the park all clapped.
Which
She
is
hated
Do you have a
mortifying.
video of it? Did anyone
Yeah.
record?
She has
Oh, yeah. We have to show a little clip of that.
Yes.
My favorite clip though is on the ride there, she fell asleep with Oliver on her chest. And I'm videoing myself selfie and I sent it to Chelsea. I was like, she has no idea.
The Oliver's your dog, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
But like that, she has no idea I'm about to propose to her because we're
Yeah.
driving to my cousin's house and then go down to the river and hang out by the pier and yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
look at her just sleeping so peacefully. Unbeknownst to her, she's about to get wifed up, baby.
Yeah,
I love that kind
literally
of
had no idea, and I was so mortified because I'm such a like shy person when it comes to like being in a crowd and things,
Yeah.
and like everyone in the park clapped and was looking at us and like took big group pictures of us with all his cousins, and like I'm so thankful we have those things now.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh my God, stop looking at me.
That's romantic. You did a fucking amazing job.
You
Round
did.
of applause for a good man right there.
I
Very
tried.
good. Yeah. Isn't it so crazy? I'm going to talk about that for a second. How you could be a wrestler and we wrestle in front of tens of thousands of people, right? A bunch of people on freaking TV, but there's always something that makes us nervous. And it's like being in a crowd of people.
Yeah.
What is it that in a crowd of people that makes you nervous?
I just don't think I'm a people person, and
Sure.
I don't want people to look at me. I don't want to be the center of attention. Like
Yeah.
even walking down the aisle, I was so uncomfortable. Like the whole video, you just see me like looking at my feet and like looking at my dad.
Close your eyes.
I just don't like to be the center of attention. I have real bad social anxiety. Like
Sure.
I don't know.
Isn't that so crazy? Do you have anything like that?
No, I kind of like being the center of attention. It's fun, but I keep that quiet where I don't really go out of my way to be the center of attention,
Yeah.
but I just find a way to put myself in that position.
Yeah.
Especially in the party life of things. But no, like, I don't know, maybe just like when I get approached where she always laughs when people are like, oh, thank you for your service. And it's just like, yeah,
That
cool.
makes you really
like,
uncomfortable.
I
Yeah,
didn't,
because you were in
Marine Corps.
Marine Corps.
So, like, it's just funny for me
Marines are
'cause-
the most badass to me. I'm like, you guys
for
are
sure.
fucking insane. But yeah, sorry, continue.
it just was never like something for me. Like I did it for I did it because I wanted to do it. So like
Yeah.
when people say thank you for serving, I'm like, oh, yep, appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah, that's really badass. Like, no, seriously, thank you. And we all thank you. You're a badass. You probably get it all the time and stuff, but it's always nice to hear every time because you did put your life on the line for us, so it's amazing. How long were you in the Marine?
4 years.
Corps? 4 years.
Yeah, from 2007 to 2011.
Oh, so why did you want to join the Marine Corps?
9/11. 9/11
9/11?
happened when I was a freshman in high school, and that was like a big part of our lives, and I think everybody's lives in that time frame. And just something in me knew I needed to go that route, and
Yeah.
that's where I wanted to go. And
The wrestling training for you was probably so much easier than the Marine Corps training because, I mean, you guys get put through hell, right? I've seen videos. Like, I don't know if it's accurate or not, but like they're like laying in the water, like freezing cold water, and
that was the fun part.
that was the fun part.
That's so like growing up, I grew up loving pro wrestling and going out and I was watching Platoon and Full Metal Jacket. And I was reenacting like I was in Vietnam just because that's what I was raised on with my dad. My dad was Army, my uncle was a Marine, and then on my mom's side, my grandfather was Army as well.
Wow, what incredible.
So it's like I just kind of grew up on the things that I loved, and now
Yeah.
I got to do everything I've ever wanted to do that I was as a kid. I used to
Yeah.
run around with my toy guns while we're jumping off of garages on top of mattresses and off of ladders and stuff.
That's crazy. You're like all American because you were a cheerleader, right? So this is like very all American couple right here.
We always say like, "Ooh, he was the captain of the football team.
Yeah.
I was the captain of the cheerleading team."
You were a captain?
We would have
Oh.
definitely been the it couple if we knew
This is
each other in high
America
school.
right here. Oh my gosh, this is America. Okay, so you wanted to be a cheerleader. How did that go?
So I have a twin brother.
You do?
Yeah.
You have to send a picture. What the hell?
If I had a beard,
Is he
we'd look
hot? I'm
identical.
single. You know?
I wouldn't do that to you.
Yeah, I don't know if you
I
want to date him.
respect it. I respect his face was like
I don't know if you want to date him.
He played football. And so when we were young, I was like, I want to play football. I want to do everything my brother did. I was one of the boys. I grew up on a street with all boys. So I played in the dirt and I played basketball and played with cars. And so I was like, I want to play football too. And my parents were like, girls don't play football. But if you want to be at the football games, you could be a cheerleader. So that's how that happened.
Okay.
And then I just fell in love with it.
Yeah. And did you pursue it after that?
So I cheered all through elementary school and high school. And then after high school, I got right into wrestling.
Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about the wrestling side of things, right? So first we'll start with you.
Yeah.
When did you start wrestling? How old are you?
18.
Okay. And how did you get into it?
I was going to a community college that was like 20 minutes from my house. And I ended up driving the wrong way one day. And I passed a like VFW hall that there was a big sign and it said like live pro wrestling the first Friday of every month. And I didn't know like what independent wrestling was or
you watched the big TV stuff.
I was just a WWE fan.
Sure.
And I knew what TNA was because like Jeff Hardy had left WWE and went there for a little bit.
The knockouts. Dude.
Yes,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I didn't really know, you know? And so I just knew that I needed to find a wrestling school one day. And so I drove past this and was like, well, maybe I'll just like go to an independent show because what's that? And when I Googled it, they had a wrestling school literally 2 minutes down the block from that VFW. Yeah. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm signing up now.
Yeah.
And so I went like literally the next week and started wrestling.
Yeah. And how long were you training there before? Did you went to TNA first?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So how long were you there for until you got to TNA and how did you get to TNA?
Yeah. So I trained for about a year before I had my first match. And then literally like 5 months later, TNA was doing a all knockouts pay-per-view. And Rob Strauss had helped train me and was like, is still really good friends with my trainer. And so Rob was like, this girl dropped out. They just have an open spot. And I know Deonna's like a bit new and green, but would she want to do it? So I was like, absolutely, sure. Yeah. And so Christy Hemme called me and it was like, maybe an 18-hour turnover before they called me, and I was in Orlando at Universal and the Impact Zone, I guess it was called then, right? Yeah. And so, it was crazy. Like I don't even think I was 20 yet. I think I was 19 years old.
Good for you.
And it was my 8th ever match.
On
pay-per-view.
All right, listen, we've all had those oh crap moments with our spending. You know the ones. I need a dress tonight, but my bank account is giving me the side eye kind of moments. That's where my go-to app comes in. Klarna. It's your smarter, everyday spending partner. In one place, it's got pay now or later, cashback rewards, price comparisons, basically all the tools to help you shop smarter, manage your cash flow, and unlock everyday savings. So today we are playing a little game with what would Klarna do? WWKD.
We should get bracelets made.
We should get tattooed.
Oh, okay. Where would you get it?
Somewhere visible, obviously.
If I look blind, it's because I'm closing my eyes.
Time.
It's Klarna time. Sorry,
Klarna.
she's British.
I said Klarna.
Yeah.
So basically, Adam over here, first of all, intro Adam and Joey, the trio from hell.
Trio from hell? We've never said that.
Adam's going to give us some scenarios and how would we react to them. Yeah. Adam, go on then.
And what would Klarna do?
All right. Your luggage gets lost the night before a destination wedding. You've got no outfit, no toiletries, and the only store that is open is
pricey,
expensive.
That's literally what happened.
Dude, this is so crazy that's the scenario he gives you because that literally just happened.
It literally happened to me. I went for a destination wedding
last month
in Italy. Yeah, my manager was getting all hitched and stuff, and I was very excited about it until I got pickpocketed. And my wallet's gone. That means my cards, you guys.
But you had your phone.
But I had my phone. And guess what app I had on my phone? Klarna. You can go on there and you compare prices and all that kind of fun stuff. You can find out what the cheapest deals are. You go on there, you take a little look-see, and then I found the right spot to go.
I also feel like you're the type of girl who, like, you're going to go to this wedding, but, like, you don't know what to wear. So you want to, like, get it Italy certified.
No, for sure. You have to get an Italian dress too.
At an Italian wedding, like that was the whole setup, right?
Plus the dress I had in my bag was ripped anyway, so it all works out perfectly. Yeah. So I need to get a new dress anyway.
Do you drop the cash immediately?
Luckily, I could pay right there and then, but for people that are in a pinch, they can't pay in 4 different...
Or it's 4 installments.
4 installments. So there you go. You're saved. Saved the day.
I've actually done this too, where there's a shirt that I bought and I really liked it. And I was like, I love this shirt. I want to get another one.
Yeah.
And when I went back to buy it the second time, they jacked the price up a lot.
Of course
what the fuck?
Bastards.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this.
Yeah.
And I did it. and I did 4 installments.
Nice.
To get the shirt.
Good
Now,
news.
do they send you the item right away?
Yeah, you choose to pay with Klarna, and then it'll come right to you.
So Klarna fronts the money.
Yep.
You get the item.
Yep.
And then you ow them.
There you go.
Exactly.
Nice
That's
deal.
Klarna. Nice work.
I love your work.
All right, Joey, this is a question for you.
Go on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You forgot your best friend's birthday party.
That would never happen because she's right here. When is your birthday?
It's actually
17th
Yeah.
August. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Damn, dude.
Who's my
Sounds like
new
someone else
best
got a new best friend.
You did forget your best friend's birthday,
coming
and the
up,
party
okay.
is tonight. You want something that feels luxe, but you're on a budget. What do you do?
Yeah, what do you do, Joey? What would Klarna do?
What would they do? So it's someone's birthday. Maybe just met them. Because I'm looking for a new best friend. This is funny. I actually do use Klarna, but I use it in a different way, right?
How do
Not
you
for
use it?
birthdays, but for Christmas, specifically like the holidays. Because Raquel is always like, let's do a really light Christmas. She says it every year. She's
His
like,
fiance,
hey,
you guys.
yeah, for 10 years. So she says, hey, let's do a really easy Christmas. We've got a lot of stuff happening. Christmas is always like, there's tons of things. She's getting a bunch of friends. She has a bunch of friends. I have one. So, but with her, I do this every year, and it's literally, we're 10 years into it. And every year she's like, let's not do a big Christmas. Like, let's keep it really light. That's just not my style at all. So I go crazy. So anything she's texted, actually, you're really good. She's like, this is one of her secret talents, is like, she's my little spy.
Yeah.
And she'll hit me with like all these things throughout the year that Raquel's been like, hey, like, I like this, or, like whatever they're texting in their girl group chat or whatever. It's not like one choice. She'll be like, dude, Raquel over the year has said like these 10 or 20 things. And then what I usually do is I literally will buy all of them.
Yeah, he will.
And I split them up in payments.
Yeah.
So that I'm not, number one, she gets them. But number two, like in time for Christmas. But number two, it's like, I'm not like going broke just for that one day.
Good strategy.
So sorry about your friend's birthday party that I didn't buy.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Klarna, for being a part of the Rulebreakers family.
And if you do use it, get a tattoo with us.
Yeah. What would
We're
Klarna
getting
do?
Klarna tattoos.
So, whether it's an emergency outfit, a birthday on a budget, or a travel disaster, Klarna isn't just about splitting payments. You can compare prices, earn cashback, and track your spending all in one place, baby. No interest, no surprises, just smarter shopping. Download the Klarna app to get started or learn more at Klarna.com. CA resident loans made or arranged pursuant to a California finance law license. NMLS number 1353190. Klarna balance account required. Klarna may get a commission. Limitations, terms, and conditions apply. That's incredible because you went from that TNA to WWE, right? And then to AEW. You've done it all, babe.
Yeah, I kind of bounced around. Like I wasn't
Yeah.
signed to TNA at the time, but I got to go 2 or 3 or 4 times for extra work, and then I did a bunch of extra work in like for Raw and SmackDown and NXT, and then just kind of bounced around.
I did ROH too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love you. You're always like, you remember this thing? You did this too. You're like our biggest
I don't let her
fan.
forget.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Okay, let's talk about you though. I remember we actually go way back because we were in NXT together.
Yes, in 2014. So to where I got started, I was still in the Marine Corps. I was home on leave on one weekend, and a few of my friends were on the Independents and good friends with Fred Rosser, Darren Young, and it was at Railroad Cafe in East Rutherford, right over the train tracks in my hometown. Said, hey, I want to come and talk to a WWE guy. I'm like, yeah. So Fred and I just sat there and we started talking, and he's like, you can do this. This is a possibility for you. You have a good look. You have a good body type. And I'm sitting there. I was like, there's no way. And I was like, everything wrestling to me was Stone Cold, Undertaker, Rock, these larger than life guys. I'm like, there's no possible way. But then I didn't realize how much wrestling changed because I kind of stopped watching while I was in the Marine Corps. I kept involved a little bit watching here or there for Manias. The one I watched in the barracks was Sean and Flair.
In the barracks.
In the
dude.
barracks.
That's so crazy
I had everybody
to talk about.
everybody around a laptop watching Sean versus Flair was one of my favorite
Oh,
things.
that's one of my favorite matches of all time, just as a storytelling.
I couldn't miss out on that Mania, and you were at that Mania too.
I was at that Mania. It was
So,
in Orlando,
Oh, so, like this, the invisible string
Invisible
theory.
string.
Yeah. So we got the idea in my head, and then when I got out of the Marine Corps, I was going to college at Rowan University, and then I found the Monster Factory, and I got in a ring. I fell in love, and it became everything I ever wanted.
Yeah, the bite that you get from wrestling, dude. Like once you have it, it's so hard to explain for people that haven't been in the business before. But once you like walk out that curtain, even if it's like 5 people in the crowd, you instantly get the bug and then you can't say goodbye to it. It's the hardest thing in the world. So, but with wrestling, I've had this conversation with all the wrestlers and stuff, comes like the negativity and stuff like that. And I know recently you had to deal with it and you had so many people come out and fucking have your back though.
Yeah,
and
it was crazy.
We were talking about being women in the wrestling business, like me, Priscilla Kelly, and I talked to B. Priestley too. And we are just saying how hard it, and Marina, how hard it is to be a female, just in general. Like, I don't want to be like, woe is me, I'm a female kind of thing, but it is really hard these days still as being a female, especially in the wrestling industry, and people online can be so fucking cruel. And so, like, I understand because I went through the same thing as you. Like, if you even fluctuate a tiny bit, right? Big, small, whatever, they will fucking destroy you. And you said, I was devastated. I had a fan pie face me in the face and told me to lose some weight.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy. We were pulling, it was after a Raw, and it was after I was in like just a bad relationship and I wasn't eating back then and I just ate. All I wanted to do was eat. I was just happy, dude. And all I wanted to do was eat, right? Wasn't big. And then we pulled out of the venue and there was so many fans. It was like in New Jersey or something like that.
Sounds about right, actually, for the fan base.
Yeah.
All people.
Yeah. They're not nice there.
Yeah,
We're not nice.
They can be a little cruel. Yeah. Anytime we went to like East Coast, like Brooklyn or anything like that, all the girls back then would dread it because we just knew we were going to get heckled, we were going to get attacked and shit. But anyway, so I'm just happy. I wanted to eat, dude. That's all I cared about. I was eating McDonald's every day. Joey saw, like, I would wake up with fucking McDonald's stickers in my hair. I was just happy, dude. I just wanted to eat and fuck. We look good, dude. Like, and so like fucking, we pulled out like hundreds, like even thousands of fans outside. It was absolutely bonkers. Anyway, like I roll the window down and I'm signing stuff as we're pulling out and stuff like that. And a fan comes in and he smacks me in the face through the fucking car window. He said, lose some fucking weight, Paige. And I was like, and I just didn't know what to do. And then my friend who was in the car jumped out and started chasing. And all these other fans started chasing him too. And I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to post a picture of me eating now and just say, I fucking love my life. I love my body. I love everything because we don't look bad at all.
No.
We look fucking hot. You are smoking fucking hot.
Thank you.
I just want to keep telling you that because like,
Well, and you were the
Please,
first person.
I try to tell her that, and I always get yelled
well,
at.
it'd be like you have to be biased, right? But,
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, everyone thinks you're so fucking beautiful. You're
Thank
like
you.
so stunning. How did you feel in that moment when people were attacking you like that?
Yeah. Well, you were one of the first people to text me.
Yeah.
And be like, screw these people, like, don't listen to them. Like, and also I had just started at AEW and, you know, you were like, this happens when you start there. And it's like the craziest transition and different fan base who just want to hate you because you're doing something so unfamiliar in the industry. And so thank you for that. I don't know if I've ever like thanked you in person for that because it just kind of like immediately leveled my head. And then to go on Twitter and see like all of my friends, but then just fans coming out of the woodworks and people I haven't talked to in years or that I started out with and haven't even like, I don't even follow on social media coming out just to say like, hey, you're like a good person. You're beautiful. It doesn't matter what you look like, what your body looks like because like, your heart's pure and like that was
you have a beautiful body. I don't want to be a creep or anything, but you do.
Thank
it's
you.
just, you know, when the photographers take pictures. Yeah, he's like, yeah, she does. You know,
we're in the most uncomfortable positions in the tiniest, thinnest outfits.
Yes.
And so of course we're never gonna feel our best because we're also wrestling at 10 o'clock at night when we've eaten all day. And so
no, but it's not. Yes, there's that, but they get the worst fucking angles. That's why I never used to take pictures there.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't take a fucking picture of me because you're gonna post the ugliest piece of shit picture I've ever seen in my life because I'm just like fucking this or like when you're in
My
a
legs
hole.
up here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
I'm just like, I'm never posting any of these pictures because they're never ever flattering, and it's just like. We don't look like that, you know, but even in the picture, I just thought you were so beautiful. And I just needed to text you to tell you that.
Yeah,
because I was just like,
appreciate
this is what happens. You jump, especially in AEW. I don't know if you're getting the same when you went to TNA, but
It's more relaxed to TNA, but it's
Yeah.
still the same. You got the same fan base too, but I think also fans just vary from different company to company too.
Yeah.
Where you have the WWE, where everybody's just you're on that little microscope, and then AEW's the people coming out of the woodwork, fans. And every time, like, I joke about it, I was like, it's all men in the crowd half the time anyway.
Yes.
And nothing wrong with that. It's just the fan base now, but like, just grown men.
It is. It's very true.
And I would try to tell her all the time, like, just stop listening to these people on the internet. You don't know what this person's going through either, because they're having some drama or some type of problem in their own life to where they have to lash out at others because they're not happy with themselves. So that's how I always look at it. And it's also the internet. It's the worst cesspool of human life. So
Yes.
Oh, good guy. I bet you get so frustrated though, because you're just like, he's so level-headed and like, you know, this is, and you're just like, just let me yell at you for a second.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
well, and through that whole situation, like, he let me vent and cry, and it was like crying because I felt so horrible about myself, but then also crying because, like, in a weird way, it brought out the complete opposite end of the spectrum of like pure happiness and love, and like, so then I was crying because of that, and I just had so many emotions in like a 48-hour period that I was like, I can't, which I'm also not very emotional like that. So it was like very, thank God for him being so level-headed, because it really helped me, and still, because I still struggle with going through that, and you know, we all struggle with our body image anyway, and so having him be level-headed just kind of like brings me back down to earth, and is like, I also know that if I was a size extra small, he'd love me, and a size extra large, he'd love me. So that isn't like a thing in our relationship.
And that's the hard thing too, is like, she's upset and there's nothing I can do to fix it.
Yeah.
Because I can tell her, you're beautiful, I love you, I don't care about anything. Like, there's nothing I can do to fix the situation because it's a personal thing. Yeah. And you're getting lashed out by other people that are just out there in the world to lash out at people. Exactly. So it's a very hard on my end to then try to do, but it's just like, whatever. And just, I don't know what to do other than just be level-headed. Whether I'm like, do you want me to go find these people and track them down? Like,
Yes.
I mean, you
yes, I do.
You would be like John Wick, dude.
Is it worth my time? Like, but then it's not worth your time.
I would be terrified of you.
Yeah,
Are you kidding? Because the thing is about you, right, is not only are you a Marine, but you're also, like, again, very level-headed, quite quiet men too. And those are the ones you have to worry about. I'm telling you, I feel like if you, because you don't brag about being tough, right? You don't brag about being a Marine. You don't brag about these things. So if push came to shove, I would want him in a bar fight.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean? Like 100%.
100%.
Steve, you're gonna have to come help me. But that's amazing. I love your guys' dynamic, because you know, if you have to have a good man and you have to have a good woman beside you too. She's
my rock of everything. Like, she stays on me for everything, just keeping me in line. Not just in life, but like she just keeps me driven. Anytime I start to kind of get comfortable or just complacent in certain things, she's like, you need to say this, you need to do this, you need to do more here. I'm like, you know what? She's right. And it's just like, I have that voice of just that angel in my back pocket hanging over. Just sitting there. So she's the one that keeps me dry, like just keeps me going at people. Like, I used to never lash out as much to the office. And then now, since I have been in TNA for so long and I've gotten to the place where the company trusts me and I've never had that, just being one of the top guys there. She's like, you need to say this, or like, hey, maybe you should ask for this, and it's just, I've never had that thought, because I'm just somebody that goes to work and I do my job and I go home. Yeah. That's always been me.
Well, yeah, you're a top guy now, so that you could be the voice for the guys that aren't on the same level as you. Yeah. So it's always good to have someone like you go in there. And again, staying level-headed is a good thing, because you can go in there and you know, like, you're not kicking off, but you can talk to them in a way where they're just more understanding of it. How's your time in TNA going?
It's awesome. Yeah. Honestly, from when I got let go from WWE to just transition from the COVID era and take everything I ever wanted to do in WWE as a character, when I was told, no, that's not you. We don't see that. Doesn't make sense. It kind of crosses that gray line where we don't want to be very political. And I'm like, well, I'm not trying to be political. I'm literally just trying to be the Punisher from the comic book in the real life situation. And I got to shoot my own vignettes when I got let go. And I got to create, so when I did all that myself, my wife helped, and then, big help in that one too. Just for verbiage more than anything, because I lack, my vernacular is not the best sometimes, because my brain moves faster than my mouth. But doing my own vignettes and then getting there, and then they use my vignettes, and then just debuting with no crowd, and then having a crowd start to kind of trickle in during COVID, and then people to kind of realize, oh my God, this guy actually is pretty good at what he does. And I care for what I do. Everything I go out there, I try to make mean something. Any of the big bumps I do, or anytime I'm bleeding, I try to build up to it and make it mean the most, because that's just how I was taught. And I just love the TV side of wrestling, because I get to get my emotion out while also seeing what the emotion I can get out of the crowd as well.
Do you guys, I mean, because you're on two separate companies and two separate things, how do you guys deal with being, are you separated a lot, or is your schedules kind of decent enough where you get to see each other?
Yeah, it's not too bad. I feel like AEW you know, like we're not doing house shows and things
Right.
like that. So it's one day a week that
Yeah.
we're really gone. And then
Same with TNA
same
too.
with
Oh,
them.
yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. I had WWE's not doing any live events too. And I
No.
think that's the healthiest thing for wrestlers.
Yeah.
I think it's healthy, but also it's going to hinder at certain times for the creative side of things where talent that weren't being used on TV were starting to get over on house shows, and then it just got them over organically, where it's
Yeah.
like now you have to be the chosen ones or the ones that are picked out of the hat. And
Yeah.
I've seen that forever.
Oh, well, yeah.
And I know you have
That's
to,
every
like,
over there
company.
especially. It just like it can be very frustrating place. Trust me. And also live events can be really good for people that have not experienced wrestling on the road before.
Yeah.
So doing those reps, because I remember, I don't know, were you at FCW too or just NXT?
No, just NXT.
I was being brought up on the road in FCW doing just the random loops and stuff like that. And that would help me big time because there's a big difference between, you know, wrestling in front of a smaller crowd to then going on TV. And it's just like the most intimidating thing ever. I can't remember who I was speaking to about TV wrestling compared to like an indie show because you have to work to the cameras.
Yeah.
How did you guys, did you adapt to it pretty quickly for both of you?
Yeah. I feel like for me, like that's kind of all, I did so much indie wrestling, but I feel like
Yeah.
having that 8th match, like on a pay-per-view, like I had no choice but to learn immediately. And I was so in over my head. And once I did that, and then I was, you know, on the road doing extra work with Raw and SmackDown, and that's all that they're teaching there, and having practice matches and tryout matches before SmackDown in front of the roster, like, you know what I mean? And how
I hated those
intimidating
fucking
things
things.
are. Like, I
my
did so
God.
many of them. I didn't have a choice. It was like, this is do or die from day
Yeah.
one. And so while that was really good, because I kind of never fell into like, you know, bad indie habits or anything.
Yeah.
Like my strategy was always, and people have said this to me now, you know, 10 years later, 11 years later, like you always had that mentality or that demeanor, like this is above, like this is below me because I'm thinking big picture.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here. I'm not going to stay here. I'm doing something else. And
Yeah.
so I feel like I was forced to learn how to work TV immediately.
That's good. That's good. I had indie habits, but yeah, oh, it was bad.
Well, that's the fun thing with the indies, though, is I try to treat indies like they're a live event, though. And that's the new live event for me, at least. When I'm taking indie dates, I try to go there, try to work on certain things, because being a babyface now is very different for me because I've always been a heel. So like this past year, I've been a babyface, and it's been its own way of just trying
Is
to
the
figure
crowd
things out.
forcing you to be a babyface because they're like,
No, it was mainly The Office, but then now people are kind of getting behind
Yeah,
it.
okay.
I wanted to stay heel and let it organically go that way because
Yeah.
it was feeling it was going that way. If it
Yeah.
just kind of stuck that way another year or so. But like now it's fun for me because it's a challenge. It's the first time I've had a challenge really in a long time. So the indies, I try to go out there, and even when I'm doing seminars, I'm like, guys, treat this as television, but also treat it as like a live event. Work to the hard camera.
Yeah.
Know that there's people there because you have to know how to work television if that's your end goal. If it's not your end goal, so be it. If you want to do this life of the weekend warrior and work the indies, there is nothing
wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with it
yeah.
at all. But like if
Yeah.
you want to get better at this and get the reps for television, hit your times, work the hard cam, work all sides, work the entire building, but then just you got to treat it like it's a live event.
I do think it's hard though without live events, you know, for AEW or WWE or even TNA, because you don't do many live events there either. Like the people who are new aren't getting those reps to say this works for me, this doesn't work for me, this works with the crowd, this can get over, it has potential, it doesn't. And I feel like I've actually struggled with that at AEW because we're not wrestling every week, and you know, there's not a crazy amount of opportunities for the women to be in front of the crowd wrestling just yet, that it's like the crowd doesn't recognize things immediately as it would if there were live events. And they could be introduced to it more often than, you know, the one time a month you get to wrestle in front of them.
I wish they could have like a developmental program. I don't know if TNA has one. Do they have one? A developmental?
It's mostly with just like certain wrestling schools that people go to. Whether it's Brian Myers' or Ace Steele's here in Orlando. And then just people just kind of traveling all over and doing indies. And luckily we try to now, at least I try to get booked with TNA talent or people that are going to work TNA talent. Just so we can have a rep or two where we kind of know each other instead of going into a match and it's the first time we've ever touched on live TV.
Yeah, I get you. I just wish I wish AEW in particular had it, because obviously I haven't been to TNA, so I don't know how most of the talent works or whatever, but being around AEW, there's always new people coming in right? Always. There's like a bunch of extras because you don't know who's going to be on TV that week. And you don't know if it's going to be you or the extra that came in that day. You know what I mean? So having to wrestle people that I've never worked before, especially because I was very sensitive coming in with my neck.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, I wish we could get some like reps in, or maybe we could have did a couple of live shows before we went on TV and like did our thing. Going back to the tryouts, because before I forget this, dude, and the indie habits, both of these. I remember the indie habit that I had, and I don't know if it was just like a British thing or not, but it was like when I was in a headlock, my parents would always taught me, because we would always wrestle in front of kids, you know, it was like a kid crowd. We would always be like, you know, in the headlock. So we're not selling, we're just like
getting them to cheer.
Yeah. And like I remember getting to WWE and they were just like, why are you trying to get the crowd to come for you? They'll come for you naturally. Just don't do anything, die, and then they'll come for you. And I didn't know. But every time I did it, Terry Taylor would come and he would like stand on my foot until I started like that. Or my hand, and I'd start slapping the mat and he'd be like, stand on my hand, and I'm just like, okay, I'm sorry, I just, you know, because I just got so, I felt like I had to fill the noise, or, you know, the crowd's not into it, so I have to keep clapping. So that was a couple of things. And then you guys have wrestled all over, right? All over the world. Every place that you go to, the wrestling is so different, and the names of the moves are different. And like, I remember coming over, and this was called a referee's hold, not a lockup, or this was called a pig's foot in England. And then it was just, or a drop down, we called it sleep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we would call things differently. So I had to like relearn everything, because I was just like, what the fuck are you calling to me? What the hell is this? What the hell's a drop down? Like, you know, it was very confusing.
Was it a sunset flips, a double leg Nelson?
Yes. Yeah. And then like leapfrog would be like the vault and stuff like that. So it was just so different. And then you go to like Japan or Mexico, and you're working on the left side of the body and stuff like that. So you have to like learn to adjust. And that's where these live events will come in handy if you're wrestling someone from a different country.
Yeah.
But the tryouts, right? I don't know how your tryouts were, but I got that treatment, dude. And fuck, I'm glad that they do different kind of tryouts now where you actually have like a weekend or a week or something, right? You were in NXT when they did
so
that.
My original tryout was the first one at the PC in August of 2013. And it was like 70 males and like 30 females, and it was a bunch of different big indie names. Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards were at the time. Keith Lee, Mustafa Ali was there.
Big names,
just a lot of big names. And here I am, a year and a half in, having a tryout. Just like
you're a goddamn Marine, brother. You're okay. You belong there.
But it was fun because
physically, he's like, I could do this.
Physically,
you kicked their asses.
Physically, I wasn't allowing myself to drop out. I was beating everybody, and it was a kid named I think Michael Schofield. He was a British Royal Marine, and he was there having a tryout as well. And Damod had us all in the rings doing grape squishers in the corners. Had everybody going, and he and I were the last two to go, and we both looked at each other knowing we weren't going to quit.
Yeah.
So I left that knowing. I got told no at my tryout, and then about a few months later is when I got signed. But it was cool to just go in there, give every bit of me to just doing something that I never thought I'd been able to do. Yeah. Especially so young in my career. Yeah. And it was just...
That's impressive, dude. Especially, so how did they stop the grape squishes? Did they just say, okay, stop?
Yeah, just stop.
Because you guys were just going to keep going?
And then I learned Demot's way of doing things when I ran a first tryout at the PC of how hot, like tight the ropes were. Because I left there with just speed bumps on my lower back, my upper back, because they would just have you hitting. And then he goes tighter on the ropes, tighter. I'm like, now I'm like, now I get what you did. So
It's, oh my God, that's all he wanted to do. I wasn't a big fan of his training, if I'm honest. I've been brutally honest about this guy anyway, but I wasn't a big fan of his training because most of the time you weren't learning, you were just getting blown up. And I'm just like, that's just going to hurt us. Or I feel like I'm not progressing. I feel like, my cardio is getting better, but outside of that, I'm like, what am I learning here? So it was just a lot of that, a lot of like those pin and drills. The pin and drills, for everyone that's not aware, is there'd be at least like 20 of you in a group or whatever, right? And one person would lay in the middle of the ring, and then one person would roll in, try to pin them full force. Like you had to really like pin this person. And you had to do that 20 times in a row, and you are so fucking dead. And it doesn't sound crazy, but it's awful. Yeah, it's fucking awful. And then the next person comes in and you have to run and pin them, and you have to use all your freaking energy and stuff. So there was just a lot of that back in the day, and I just wasn't a fan of it. I was one that would always speak up and be like, this is shit. I fucking hate this. I would get in trouble because I'm just like, what the fuck is the point? You know, I'd get so frustrated. But I had your kind of tryout,
Yeah.
right? Where you
I did that, and
you did that too?
You
had to deal with everything.
everything. I probably had 20 matches before SmackDown, and so yeah, the entire roster's just watching you and looking for what moves you're doing, and you better not be doing their move. So I just went in, which is how I was trained anyway, and was like, tell a headlock story. You don't even need to hit a move. Like you can just grab a headlock and get it again, and you know what I mean. Do a double clothesline as the double down. Like they're not looking for what moves you can bring to the table. They're just looking for the footwork that you have. They're just looking to see how you move around with somebody. If you listen to the ref, I did a million of those. And then in 2016, I had a PC tryout.
Oh my gosh.
But at that point, like for me, mentally, I had wrestled an hour for Rip Rogers. I had wrestled an hour like 3 or 4 times. So I was like, you can't stop me. And I just had to keep telling myself, grape squishers in the corner. If I could last an hour wrestling, then I could do this for an hour. It's okay. And so same mentality, like you're not going to break me.
Oh, you guys are perfect for each other. Oh my God.
We're going to make a hell of a wrestler one day.
Yeah.
Oh, God forbid.
Okay, a couple of things I need clarified. Babyface, heel, grape squishers.
Oh,
what does all that mean? I don't follow wrestling.
This is producer Adam.
totally new to this.
Producer Adam is a novice when it comes to wrestling, but we're teaching you.
Yes.
Okay, so heel and babyface. Heel is the bad guy, babyface is the good guy. Okay. Grape squishes is where you're holding the top ropes like this, and then you have to do this in the corner.
Okay.
Just high knees.
High knees in the corner.
Got it.
For a very long time.
Okay.
And it is like, it's a mental game mostly. Like you really have to like mentally be strong enough because you can physically do it if you wanted to, but it's just, there's no adrenaline. So like you're going off pure just like mental strength in there too. And it's just, you've had your ass kicked all fucking day and you have to do all these blow up drills. And that's one of the worst ones that you can do.
And random
also,
drop down too.
Oh, the drop down.
Yeah.
Drop down is where you would fall flat down like in a push-up position and then pop back up, kind of like a burpee,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Kind of like, did you play football like when you were younger?
For
Like,
one season.
Up downs,
Yeah,
like pretty
yeah,
much just doing the same thing, but in the corner now, and then you go to grape squishers.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that sucks.
Is there anything
After a while,
else
it does.
you would like to know?
I'm curious about how some of the Marine training translated to what you were doing in wrestling. I think
So I compare wrestling and the Marine Corps, just military in general, very similar. And a lot of people always kind of like, how? I'm like, no, it's very hurry up and wait. You're always like me, EY, and Frankie were randomly Eric Young and Frankie Kazarian were having a conversation one time. It's like, I try to treat it like a fire, like we get in combat when I was deployed. I'm like, it's just like a firefight. You take contact. All right, it can last 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes. Same with a match segment that you have. It can last that so much. And then afterwards, you're coming back. What was good? What was bad? You're refitting and you're trying to think what you could do better. And it's the same mentality going into a wrestling match. At least for me, that's just how I compare it.
Yeah.
And it's very, obviously, it's a big spectrum from combat to actually in the ring. But it's very similar in so many different ways. Like hurry up and wait. And you always waiting on someone else's word to kind of tell you what to do, even though you're going to still go out there and do what you want to do to get the job done as well.
it's interesting. I've never heard that perspective on it before.
Yeah, it's very similar. And then even the locker rooms, like to me, that's my favorite part. It's like being back in the barracks and you're with the boys again. Like there's times now I'm going down to have a few beers with the boys after the show. And like even the other night we had after our TV in Pittsburgh, like I texted her right after. I was like, oh, it was a good brother night. Like everybody just kind of came down. Everybody was just chill. And everybody's in a good mood, all telling stories. And it was just, it just was one of those good nights. And it's just, those are the moments that you cherish more. Cause like, that's what I miss, the camaraderie in the Marine Corps, but like I have that in wrestling. So it kind of helped me transition a lot easier getting back into civilian life. Cause I got right into wrestling and I fell in love with the locker room as well.
That's cool. Question for you.
Yeah.
Producer status. What interests you about the idea of being a producer in the wrestling space?
Oh, I think that just because I've wrestled
Oh, you'd be good at that.
for so long now, I love to watch the newer girls like fall in love with wrestling. And I loved wrestling since I was like 9 years old. This is all I've ever wanted to do. All I ever wanted to be was a professional wrestler. And at that time in like the early 2000s, you know, there was not a lot of opportunities for women. We were expected to wear, you know, bra and panties to the ring and Playboy pillow fight, right? So it was my dream to always like know that women could be more than that. And today in wrestling, I feel like people come from all different walks of life. And I've had to learn that that's okay. And that as long as you can fall in love with it and get to the point where where you can contribute positively to it. Like, who cares where you came from or how you got into it? And I think I learned that being in the performance center, because there were so many athletes who came through the door that, 10-year-old Deonna would have been like, you're just a model. You don't love this.
Yes.
You were just in a magazine. You don't know the physicality it takes to be a wrestler.
You don't want to be here. You want to get famous. Yeah.
Right. And so to watch them come in and like do the work alongside of us, and I don't know everything, so I'm learning with them, and they're giving me their body and they trust me and they're asking me questions, and that really inspired me to watch them fall in love with the business. So I feel like I would love to be a producer one day to help girls fall in love with it and to then help them put their best self out there. I've had amazing producers, Gail Kim, Jazz has produced a lot of my stuff. Even men producing, Ace Steele is great. Delirious, who's now with TNA but was at Ring of Honor when I first started there, have all taught me little things that I would one day hope that I could pass on.
You also talking about your vignettes. You helped him with his vignettes, but you also did your own vignettes, right? I remember. Didn't you just recently start doing the stuff with Tyre and stuff like that? But you're the one who created the character and started shooting it yourself, right?
Last summer. Yeah. I was working with Thunder Rosa at the time, just before I got with Taya, and it was big when I first came into AEW, where I was like, I don't want to be ignorant to the fact that my gimmick is the virtuosa. People probably don't know what that word means. And also there's so much nuance to the character itself. Like, I don't want to neglect the fact that common people or just casual wrestling fans might not understand who I am. Plus, I was coming from TNA that had a niche audience, and we didn't have, we weren't on basic cable every week. And so I had pitched a bunch of these vignettes and they just never got done. And I feel like that kind of hindered my character development day one, because they didn't have a reason to care about me. I was just like another wrestler who got to come in and I had an amazing debut. But then after that, I'm also wrestling Timeless Tony Storm, who's gigantic and such a personality. And like, so then you just have a girl, So once I finally had like the creative freedom, I felt like that I could be like, let me just do this myself and see what they say. I produced 3 of my own, and Steve actually helped me with the camera angles and things like that.
He's like, yeah, thank you.
You did.
That's the fun part.
I knew what I wanted it to look like. I knew what I wanted it to say, but yeah, Steve behind the scenes helped me kind of set up those camera shots. I hired a videographer. I had Robert Evans, who was working at TNA at the time, but now works with AEW, help me write my stuff and produce them and gave them to AEW. And I was like, we've not introduced me yet.
Yeah.
And now I'm about to do a Texas bull rope match. On Collision. Like, why do people care?
Yeah.
We need to make them care. And we can make it about the stipulation, and we can make it about my feud with Thunder, but we need to get over who the virtuosa is as well. And so that was really fun, because I think I see it in my brain, and I'm way better with words than he is, so I can help him write it.
Terrible with words.
I can see it in my brain, and it just, I'm like, I needs to come to life.
Yeah.
So a question on that, like, from a producing standpoint, part of the thing that I find the most joy in is basically being able to take something apart and then figure out how to put it back together and understanding fully how it works. And I think what I'm most curious about now, again, having grown up not watching wrestling and just falling into it now and starting to understand it a little bit more. So as you're working on these matches, it's the producer's job to then take that information and go back to the line director, whoever, for television, because how do they know which camera angles? Like, how do they know what's going to happen in the match? How that goes from, sometimes Saraya spoken to this, like sometimes we don't even have any prep. We go in there and we're just like trying to communicate in between moves. But like, how do they know what camera angles to be switching to? Explain that.
So normally, at least TNA and WWE, I'm sure AEW does it. Well, maybe AEW does it, where they have a production meeting. They set everything up. You get your run sheets. And so all the producers that have the matches, that have the segments that can relate to the truck, they go with what the game plan is to the talent. Okay, it's you versus you. So it's myself versus Deonna Purrazzo, the virtuoso tonight. You guys, she's up. You have 10 minutes for the
She's
seg.
up means she wins.
Means she wins.
Yeah.
She's up. This is what we kind of want out of it. Make her go over with a really shitty heel finish where she steals it. So, okay, cool. Now it's our job as the talent. We take the finish and we work backwards to the beginning. So now we already know the finish. And then me as the babyface, I'll then break it apart where, okay, cool, I'll run my comeback and we'll get to this, and then roll me up for the finish, whatever it may be. And then everything else you just kind of plug in.
And then he's relaying all of those moves to whoever the producer or the agent is.
Got it.
And then the agents in Gorilla, which is kind of like our home base where they all sit, and there's big monitors in there. They have a headset on that connects to who's ever in the truck. So in theory, if we knew ahead of time, like, Steve's going to climb to the top rope. Okay, camera 1, get ready. He's going to the top rope. Okay, now, and then they'll be able to shift around.
Got it.
And that's also then on the talent, sorry.
No, go
But
for
like that's then on the talent, like for us to be trained on television where it's like, you don't want to climb up on the front side buckles. You want to climb up on the back side buckles because that's where they'll get the actual shot of your face and not hard cam staring at your ass. So those are the little tricks of working television for so long. Yeah, you can get a floor cam shot, but I would rather be facing towards hard cam where I have the jib cam. I have a floor cam here. I have a floor cam here.
Sure.
And I can get all those shots or whatever angle they want to get to.
God, there's so much to take in.
There's so much, and there's also the referee that's wearing an earpiece to communicate certain things with you too. So he'll tell us times, like, okay, you got 5 minutes left. Okay, you have to go to the finish. So let me break down the language again for him, so he doesn't, because you probably spoke a bunch of like, he's like, huh?
Crazy.
Okay, so a finish is the end of the match.
Sure.
Comeback is, do you know what comeback is yet?
I mean, I assume you're behind in the
quizzing
match,
him.
but then you come back.
Yeah.
Good.
So the good guy, usually it's the good guy.
Right.
He's had his ass beat the whole match, and then all of a sudden he gets like a burst of energy, and here comes like all his moves really quick. That's his comeback, and then it leads into the finish. I'm trying to think of what else was said, because to us it's like second nature. So I'm just like, wait, which one's on English?
So like hard camera is like the center camera that's there, and then you have your 2 floor cameras, and the jib cam is obviously the jib camera that's on the dolly the whole time.
Yep.
Which is kind of the TNA setup, but I know WWE has like 18 cameras from what I know
Yeah,
now.
they have drones and everything now too.
What's also cool though is like, and I feel like this probably more so happens only in AEW, like the floor cams like will read your body language and kind of like come up close and like you see it more in AEW where we talk directly to the cameras. So we can kind of like also direct that more so on the fly where they're like looking to interact with us and we can kind of like, come here, you know?
Yeah. Whereas in WWE,
That was always a no.
yeah, you cannot look into the camera.
Why?
You have to pretend that's not there. They just didn't like it. Vince didn't like it. Like there's some wrestlers that can. Cena was one of them on his entrance that could break that
Fourth wall. Yeah.
He could do that. But we were trained from the very beginning, do not. You have to work to hard cam, but you're not allowed to look into it.
Got it. Okay.
Right? So you have to work to one side of the ring and that's it. You can't work to the fans around unless it was like a commercial break. Can't work to them, can't look into the camera. So you kind of have to, your body just, second nature takes over after a while. You just get into the habit of it. And then, but you always have to try and find the camera. And we naturally can find the camera now, right? Yeah. So you just know where that shit is. So you just turn into it anyway.
I mean, this is mind blowing to me because I had spent 10 plus years on the producing side of comedy television and in the scripted space. So that 3 camera or 2 camera setup, even if it's a live show, it's on a stage and it's basically two-dimensional.
One-sided, right?
Yeah, two-dimensional compared to what wrestling is. So it's really, really interesting. You start to see it's like, holy shit, this is so much more complex and orchestrated. And now it just becomes more and more obvious that this is such a intricate, well-rehearsed and well-oiled machine. And there's a lot of coordination that needs to go into
There's
it.
a lot of moving parts, that's for sure.
One of the best pieces of advice I got was from Brian James, Road Dogg, and it was in the PC. It was like, start getting used to calling your matches as if you're in the camera, like watching. And that
advice.
was one of the first times like at the PC because I never would ask. I'm never one to always go out of my way to ask a question because I just hated brown nosers that way. I didn't like playing that game.
Yeah, for sure.
But I always made sure I was around and watching. I was watching Triple H. I was watching Dusty when Dusty was there. Like when I was watching them produce and just how they talk to people or given mannerisms for like entrances. And I fell in love with that side of things. So like that's where I loved calling matches that way. And once he told me that, I was like, bingo, like you got me.
Would you want to be a producer too?
At some point, I would love to.
I think you'd be a great one too.
Yeah, it'd be
You
a
have a
lot of
lot of
fun.
patience. You have a lot of patience. You guys would be a really
I
great
think
duo.
the thing too, as we've been sitting here after I answered, I was thinking about it. Like, I think it takes and not to be like, I'm an unselfish person, but I think that's very hard in wrestling to be unselfish. And I think that as heels and two people who have spent the majority of their career as the bad guy, you have to be unselfish. And there's that funny, like, the best people in wrestling are the bad guys and the worst are the good guys. I think that I try to always go into a match of like, yes, what's the business, but also what can I do for you? And so like, even just for example, like Saturday on Collision, I wrestled a match on Ring of Honor against a girl who's barely had any matches this year. She signed to the company, can't win a match. And we had to cut stuff in the match. And it was like, well, I'm winning, so we should cut my stuff to make you look better, to get you a better look. And I think that being a producer and seeing it from that angle of like, how can we help that person? How can we get them to the next level? Like you have to have that mindset.
Yeah. Sorry, go for it.
But it's like, you get the adage of like getting your shit in. Everybody wants to get their shit because everybody, you're getting those opportunities, which now are getting without live events are very rare. Everybody wants to get their reps in, so you have to get your moves in and try to get over. But it's like going into the match and knowing what the business is coming out of it. Like the same thing, I had a match this past weekend in a triple threat where we have a new heel starting to get established and also a guy coming back from injury. I know I'm winning the match already, so I don't need to shine up as the babyface. I know I'm winning. I'll get my comeback and then I'll get the finish. That's all I need in the match.
Exactly.
How can I do the business to make my opponents look the best so that I beat someone?
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that gets taken away sometimes. And I think on the producer side of things, like we've been in so many situations where we've never really gotten that opportunity to like shine in those moments. Like now we know as a producer to kind of like, hey, maybe this would work here or this would work here. And I want the best match and the best business possible because if both opponents come out looking the best, you did your job.
Exactly. If you're a heel too, everyone kind of gets stuck in this mindset where you have to look good as well, where I'm just like, you're a chicken shit heel. You can get over just by fucking playing character stuff. That's why I used to do my matches. I barely fucking wrestled in AEW, dude. When I was in the ring, I did fucking nothing, bro. I was like, I spoke so much crowd work and then just let them shine up on me all the time. I'm like, I'm bumping around. It's whatever. Like, I'm going over, like you said, right? So I'm just like, I'll get some heat in. Heat is where I'm beating up the good guy.
Yeah.
Just like there's a period of time where it's just me on them, you know? But I'm not doing all these fancy pants fucking moves. I don't need it. You know what I mean?
I mean, time out on the fancy pants moves here.
Yeah.
Joey did one of your moves on me because I was.
Oh
like,
my
what
god,
is this?
he did the
fucking-
Bull Nakano move, the submission, the page tap out.
Yeah, Joey was like, "Oh, this will be fun. Try this," and I was like, "Oh,
He FaceTimed me, and I was like, "It looks like you guys are having sex, bro." Because it was like the camera. It was like this. It was like this, and you just see Adam's face, and then Joey like over him, you know, like and he's sweating. His fucking veins are popping out of his head. I'm like,
Oh my God, what's happening over there?
I'm like, he's like, ugh. I was like, what is happening?
yeah, you were out of town. We were watching the dogs. It was fuck."
Yeah. You were training? Yeah, so these two are actually training. Well, they're going to start training, and they're eventually going to have a match. So we'll have to come back to Orlando and train with you guys if possible. Yeah. You guys are going
I'm
to do
trying
it.
to soak up some wisdom now.
Yeah. He's trying to learn the... Joey's not even paying attention. You're already one step ahead of him. Yeah, see? You already knew the words. Babyface? What's a babyface?
He's a good guy.
What's a heel?
A bad guy.
Okay, what's a comeback?
It's when you're losing and then you have your moment and you shine and you start beating up the other guy.
Okay. What's selling?
Selling, you got to like make it seem like you're actually getting hurt.
That's the most important part.
Jake was telling me that the other day. I was getting shocked. He was like,
There you
"Gotta sell
go.
it."
You're really getting it. All right.
be
Well,
good.
we've been talking for a while now. Right? So usually we go into a fun segment. And the segment that we're going to do with you guys, again, sorry, it's so hot in here. I started sweating my ass
I mean,
off.
I'm dying over here. Fuck off.
But the segment that we're going to do today, which we love having couples on because then we get to do couple trivia. But the only thing is, if you get the question wrong, you get zapped. Okay? All right? And whoever knows each other more, we'll see. I feel like he's going to know you more, if I'm being honest.
I probably.
You say that now though.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Depending on my history question,
I got
knowledge
nervous.
sometimes. So
Oh, yeah. Well, I love those videos. We'll have to show like a little clip of the videos that she keeps harassing him with. I love it. All right, Heather, come on in. Yeah, you don't have to wrap it around. You just put it on the side of your leg.
Is that true?
Yeah, okay. We
what-
need one of these for the dogs.
Yeah. As and when.
That's how we use it. We don't put it on everybody.
Yeah, no,
yes, no, we
that's
don't.
just for us.
You just put it on her neck and she knows.
Yeah. No, I tried to do it with my dog Ozzy just one time because I couldn't stop him from eating dog shit.
Oh,
He kept eating shit. It was fucking crazy. Well, we're doing
It's gotta be
skin to skin.
It's got to be skin contact.
Yeah. You don't have to put it all the way on just yet.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like, zap me.
Yeah, he loves this shit. You're like, you should see under our bed. No, you just.
So I pitched not a shot, but I wanted to get an actual taser gun for a match, and I was trying to get
I
it
thought you were going to
pitched.
say something else.
No, but I was trying to get an actual.
I was like, Jesus.
No, not for that. But for a match, I wanted to do the actual prong taser gun.
Yeah.
It's never been done. And I was like, oh, how can we make this work?
No,
And
then
it
he told me
almost-
that, and I was like, "Are you fucking stupid?"
Yes, look what I do for a living. And then here I am.
Watch it though. That shit's fucking crazy. All right, so you just have to put it up against your legs. There's only one dog shot collar.
Yes.
No, exactly. You don't have to be buzzed just yet. He's ready.
He's like,
ready.
"Get it."
Ready, let's go.
He's like, I want to do this. You know, this is probably a
Do you mind
fucking
handing me
piece of
the
cake for you too.
remote?
Because
Am I remoting? Or
Yeah.
do you want
Oh
to
no,
remote?
that's me this time.
Yeah.
Is this
You're
fun?
excited about this.
I'm stupid.
This is
fun.
like the
I'm
Jackass
yeah.
shit. We love it.
This is the fun stuff.
We'll see. He's just ready. You might get the question right.
On purpose. He's like, "Let me get it
He's
rolling."
like, just let me feel if it's
gotta
on.
roll that out.
Do you want to see if it's on?
I will.
Yeah.
Okay, just check.
Yeah, a little bit.
In the hand.
He's just like,
first.
He's a maniac.
Yeah.
all right, we might have to turn it up for him.
I mean,
All right.
fucking Marine right
The
here.
hat's going back. Let's see. I have to hide my armpits. I haven't shaved my armpits a couple of days back. All right, ladies and gents.
Cash.
Are we ready, Adam?
Yep.
All right, here we go, you guys. We've got
here
couples
we go.
trivia.
All right.
with
I'm
the
so
dog show.
nervous.
12 questions.
12 questions.
Okay.
That sound that you guys are hearing right now is Saraya's heart beating. She's so nervous because you're fanning the
Sorry,
mic.
I'm fucking hot. They can see it.
I'm wearing a fucking jacket right
Oh, is this a
now.
competition, Adam?
Well,
is that a fucking
I
competition,
think
brother?
the jacket was a choice, though.
Yeah,
wasn't a
exactly.
it's part of the
He's bitching,
character.
he puts the
It's
fucking
part
thing
of the
on.
Are you gonna wear that for your match?
Yeah,
Is that your entrance
I
jacket?
will wear it
Okay,
for the
good.
match. Yeah.
Baby face or a heel right now?
I don't know.
He's a heel.
He's a heel.
He'd be the heel.
Yeah. Joey's going to be wearing his prescription sunglasses in the match.
Got Stevie over here.
All right, ready?
All right. Question 1. Who is your partner's celebrity crush?
Should I go first?
He already knows who it is.
Charlie Hunnam.
One of, yes.
One of, yes.
She's like, hang on, name them all.
Name them all.
Charlie Hunnam, Tom Hardy. What's the guy that was just in Top Gun? He's in the new Top Gun Maverick.
Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell, that one.
Charlie Hunnam suffices, yes. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Oh, so he knows.
Yeah,
okay,
I
you've
keep
got a
going.
laundry
He's
list
real
of
Tim
jealous.
McGraw.
Yeah.
I hear about it all the time.
Steve doesn't have a celebrity crush because he doesn't believe in them.
Oh, is it, so that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, you both
Cash.
get a free cash.
Yeah, it's cash.
All right. That's cash or cap. It's just a cash app thing. Okay. Okay, next question.
Question 2. What is your partner most afraid of?
He already knows. I love the face where he pulls his...
Anything insects or reptiles.
Yeah, no.
We just had
we should have brought bugs with us.
we just had a frog die in our garage. It was like burnt under our elliptical in the garage, and she was doing abs on the floor and screamed for me to come downstairs.
I
to
could
get
vomit
it out.
thinking about it.
Oh my God.
You scared of
Next
anything?
podcast.
I have no idea.
Are you about to get zapped?
I'm about to get zapped. I feel like you're not scared of anything.
I'm claustrophobic.
What? I also just found out he doesn't like olives.
Really?
You learn something new every day. All right, you want to hold it against her skin for her?
Wait, do it in like the muscles so it doesn't
Yeah,
hurt.
do the.
All right,
fuck.
ready? This is a light one.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, the first one's done. We're good.
Yeah, there you go.
Claustrophobic. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Don't
Yeah,
like
see,
it.
write that down for next time, just in case you get quizzed about that. All right, next one.
Question 3. Where did you and your partner go on your first date?
Jeremiah's.
Jeremiah's.
Yeah, okay, you both get it. That's fine. All
Question
right.
4. What was your partner's favorite subject in school?
History.
Yes. Football.
Sport. Okay. Okay, is that right?
Yes. I didn't
Okay.
care. I wasn't a fan of school.
Okay. Football. Okay.
Question 5. What show is your partner currently obsessed with?
Wow, we just talked about this because we don't have a show right now.
Your most recent, you just rewatched the entire Walking Dead and all of the subsequent shows.
That's a long series.
Yeah.
They never stop.
No, that's why I'm like, you're still watching this?
Yeah, he's like, there's 25 seasons. Yeah. Okay, what's hers? Well, at least the last show she watched.
What's the daughter and the mom?
I can't tell you.
It's on Netflix.
I know what it is.
Was it Jane and Judy or something like that? Or
Okay, fine. Yes. Ginny and Georgia.
Ginny
There
and
you
Georgia?
go.
Thank you.
There we go. You get that one. All
You
right.
still get shocked.
No,
for
no,
it?
no.
No,
It's okay.
no,
Close
no.
enough.
Yeah.
Question 6. What is your partner's shoe size?
He
11
knows every
11
single
and a
one.
half.
7,
Wrong.
5.5.
I have a ginormous foot.
I don't know.
You're looking at it.
9.
9.
Cool.
Okay, let's put it on there. I might have to turn it up for you, actually. Just for one. Okay, ready?
It's not bad.
It happened?
The only person that has not flinched at all.
So growing up, did you ever go to the boardwalk and they had the Frankenstein style game where it's the two knobs that you have to hold
yeah,
on to?
yeah.
That's why this is all that's like the shot
Oh,
collars
really?
remind
Time
you
to
of.
turn it up on him,
Yeah,
then?
yeah.
All right.
You had to like have your test of strength on and see how long you can hold on to it.
You fucking flinch, bro. Oh my God. I can imagine like the sexual shit. You're gonna have to really like,
Punching.
yeah, like, fuck you. All right, go on the next one.
Question 7. What is your partner's go-to coffee or drink order?
Oh, his is just black.
Yours is green tea from Starbucks.
Yes.
Oh, well done. Nice. There we go.
Question 8. What is your partner's favorite restaurant?
Ooh.
I don't even know my own favorite. I just like food.
Would it be Krishner's? I feel like you always want to go there.
Yeah, Krishner's is probably the best steakhouse in Orlando.
Yeah.
Write that down.
Write that down. That's very good there. For you, I would say, I don't know.
I don't even know my own.
You're just very simple on the food side where you just want to eat chicken tenders or some type of good Italian food.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
okay. That
Yeah.
could work. Is there an
Yeah.
Italian place that you really like?
Nothing Olive Garden.
Okay, that counts. That
Yeah,
counts. That counts. Okay, nothing Olive Garden. He knows
Olive
what you
Garden.
hate. There we
Like
go.
good actual Italian food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? Enzo's on the Lake was really good that you
Enzo's is
liked,
good. Mhm.
which is here as well.
Yeah.
We're just giving shout outs to
Yeah.
Orlando
That's
Air
right.
Force.
We used to live here. Me and Joey, actually. I lived with him and his fiance. All right, go on then.
Question 9. What is your partner's favorite season? Spring, summer, autumn, or winter?
Oh, we're throwing a British term in there. I like the way.
Autumn.
Autumn for both.
All right. Question
It's the one thing we miss from New Jersey, I think.
Oh, yeah, because
fair.
it never fucking cools down here. It's like
No.
2 weeks in fucking December that it gets cold.
Question 10. What is your partner's favorite pizza topping?
Pepperoni.
Yes. You like onion
You look so
and
concerned.
no, it's not olives. Onion,
Before I ate olives.
onion, and I don't know what else is on it.
Sausage.
Oh, he's like, whip that shit out.
Sausage and onion.
Wait, let me turn this down again. Or unless you want to go up
Yeah,
like
keep it on
two.
the same level.
No.
Oh, let me turn it down and I don't want to go up. Usually we go up by 1 notch, so
What was his
not- his was at 2, so I'm gonna have to crank his all the way up a little
Yeah.
bit. At least to a 4 or a 5.
Probably, yeah, if you want to.
We hit 8 the other day.
Who did the 8?
I had
Allowed
to
to
take
say-
the 8.
Oh, you took the 8.
Wait, no, but someone else was doing it.
Jake. Was Jake
Oh,
7?
Swags. He did 7.
He did
He
7.
seems like a guy that would have a high tolerance.
Yeah,
So
he
Steve's
did.
like, I'm doing 10.
We got to
but then when we did do the highest one, he did feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of want to do it to him just to see if he
Yeah.
feels it.
Yeah.
All right.
Should.
At some point.
Get it wrong.
Question 11. Which app does your partner spend the most time on?
For you, anything. Instagram, TikTok, and just Twitter.
Instagram for sure.
Instagram, yeah.
I feel like YouTube.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube a lot.
Yeah.
It's not
Okay.
wrong. When I'm
I
working
feel like
out.
he's letting you get away with some
I
stuff
know.
here.
Is
He's like, yeah, that works.
It is for when I'm working out. But if I'm watching dumb things like on Instagram, that's about it. But
Okay.
you're not wrong.
Would you like to shock me?
Sure.
Ready?
It doesn't hurt. It's just like the
It's a shock.
It's the anticipation of like, what is
Yeah.
coming?
Yeah. Okay. Go on then.
Question 12.
Last one.
Ooh.
Last one.
Last one.
And then he's going to get a bonus 8 regardless.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
What's your partner's favorite store to shop at?
Lululemon.
Yes,
Wow.
for sure.
Just
I pay attention, sorry.
Well, I mean, maybe
You
not.
want a good relationship?
I mean,
you have
Pay
to-
Happy
attention.
wife. Happy
yes,
wife.
I do love Lululemon, but I guess there could be another one.
Marshalls.
No.
Okay.
What
Oh, well, I
packages
guess if you don't guess
come to
the other
door
one, you're
every
getting
day?
shocked.
Oh, Fashion Nova. Yeah, but that's
Oh
not.
my God,
that's
we're
not
never
a,
going to shock him.
Yeah, but that's not a store. Like I'm saying, an actual store.
Oh,
Yeah,
like,
brick and mortar.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marshall's is good. I don't know. I feel like you don't like to shop.
I don't. You buy all my clothes.
Yeah. Oh, so that's like a trick one. Go on, Samba. You're ready?
All right.
Do you want to just try the
Sure.
highest one?
Yeah. You got shocked once.
Wait, you
right?
gonna hold it for him? She has to hold it. All right, ready?
Oh, I fell that one.
Yeah.
The highest one?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
What do you mean? Oh, all right.
That's not bad.
You still didn't really move too much. You were just like, oh.
That's
His
It's like
legs
someone
shook.
just-
It did. I
it
don't
did-
know if you
okay.
guys see, but it went like a little like.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. All right, that's a wrap, you guys. Thank you
Wow.
so much for being here. You guys fucking killed it. Can you let
Thanks so
everybody know
much.
where they can find you?
Yeah, everyone can follow me at Deonna Purrazzo.
At Steve Maclin on X and Instagram.
Yeah, and the TV shows that you're on for my wrestling impaired friends.
Yeah. Well, I'm on Ring of Honor, so you're gonna have to buy ROH Club and download the app.
TNA Plus app for everything TNA, and then also on Access TV, and there's a few other places we're all shown, but mainly the TNA Plus app is where you
Yeah.
can watch us.
Awesome. Thank you guys
Thanks
so much
so
for
much.
being here. You
Thank you.
fucking killed it. We'll see you on the next episode. That's a wrap on this episode of Rulebreakers. Big love to Deonna and Steve for sharing their story, their passion, and all the behind-the-scenes chaos that makes wrestling what it is. And if you felt love, learned something new, or just enjoyed the ride, make sure to follow the pod, rate us 5 stars, and drop a comment. And don't forget to share the episode with someone who knows the ring isn't just a job, it's a way of life.